It's probably hard to tell, but it's still winter here technically. There's not a lot of snow, so we're just kind of stuck with a poopy looking environment and color palette. What we're gonna do with what we will. Now, I have what should be my favorite camera in existence, allegedly, in my hands, and that's what we're trying out today. You think we can walk on that ice? I got shoes on today. I'm not gonna try, I'm kidding. Besides having the L lens, there's a lot of cool and professional features that this camera has, like ND filters, bracketing, but my favorite is this. Listen. I can change the shutter to whatever sound I want, which is a wild thing that cameras don't do anymore, and I wish they did. So I don't know if you noticed, but that last sequence might have looked a little bit different. No, it wasn't any movie magic like you might be thinking. It's the PowerShot Pro 1 can do video. Nothing special, of course, 15 frames per second at 480p. It's there if you need it. I don't think you'll be using it. So now we're gonna take a few more shots, maybe some selfies because it has an articulated screen, and get back to the house because my battery's about to die. Then we'll talk about the specs there and performance. The amount of resolving power and detail that you're able to pull from this old camera was really surprising to me. Because of course we're talking about a 2-decade-old bridge camera with only 8 megapixels. I credit that to a few things. Number one, pat the head honcho on the back. I'm really good at taking pictures. I'm kidding. It's because the sensor, of course, not only is it Canon, so we can benefit from those Canon faithful colors that we come to know and love, but it's CCD as well. And I don't consider myself a Canon faithful boy by any means. I think I'm a system skipper, but you gotta give credit where credit is due. The images look very true to real life, but still with that tinge of punchiness and warmth that Canon is known for. But the real magic for me lies in this lens. Again, I'm not keen on Canon by any means, but their lenses are amongst my favorite, especially the L Heritage. I find it sharp and useful at every focal length and aperture, Of course, purists of the time were criticizing this because they say it's a little bit soft, wide open at its widest aperture. But again, why are you needing quarter-to-quarter sharpness if you're shooting straight wide open at f2? I digress. I think this is a fantastic camera for a lot of people, especially if you're looking to get into digicams or a CCD sensor camera. Number one, because of the price. It's incredibly affordable today, which is something that I can't really say about a lot of cameras on the market, especially if we're talking about CCD sensors, because they've just gotten ridiculous price-wise over the past few years. You can find one of these floating around the used market anywhere from $50 to $150. The batteries are incredibly easy to find because Canon has been using these since day one. Now, I'm not going to read off the spec sheet, especially on an old camera. Just know that it's 8 megapixels with a CCD sensor and a good lens. But I will tell you, ergonomics-wise, it feels great in your hands, like a shrunken down DSLR. You have that articulating screen if you're looking to take selfies, and the sub-screen on top with the lights, and you can one-hand it very easily if you're looking to use it for street shots. Also, I didn't find it to be terribly slow, much like older cameras would be, especially when shooting RAW. It's not the fastest in the world, but it's definitely usable, and it passes the cold weather test to me. All the buttons are easy to press. Sometimes I do double click when I don't need to by accident, but it is what it is. The real selling point to me is I could change the sounds of the shutter to be lasers, because we all know how useful this is. And it's going to take better pictures than a lot of smartphones today. Is it going to have like 50 megapixel resolution like some of those cameras claim to have? No. But it comes out with a very sharp image and a charming look that might feel nostalgic to you. It's a novel idea to have a camera this small that's still rocking an L ultrasonic lens. Well, that's it for now. Thank you for watching. Sub to Matt's Notes. And of course, find me on Instagram and argue in those comments. I will see you next time.